What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Matt Burrill, here to tell you guys about my friends from Big Friendly Productions. Now, they specialize in creating merchandise for bands, artists, and even lifestyle brands. With their in-house equipment, they can provide shirts, branded hats, and more, as well as some graphic design services. They offer order fulfillment to handle your online orders and ship your merch straight to your fans from their shop down in good old Birmingham, Alabama, baby. Now, whether you are getting your first shirt, you're just starting out, or you're going on a 40-show run, hit them up for all your merchandising needs. Check out their website, bigfriendlyproductions.com, or shoot them an email, merchandising@bigfriendlyproductions.com. Now, we're going to get into the episode. This is Outside the Round with Matt Burrill. Also, make sure you guys like, rate, subscribe, tell your mama and them. And for more details and to get in touch with the rest of the familia, visit raisrowdy.com. Now, let's get into it. Outside the Round with me, Matt Burrill, a Raise Rowdy podcast.
This is Outside the Round with Matt Burrill, a Raise Rowdy podcast. Yeah.
26, cool.
Is turned off.
Yeah, okay, sweet. Let us know where we're going, McElwain. What is going on, everybody? Today we have got a very special guest. She just put out a song called Bible Belt that we are loving here at Raise Rowdy. Y'all give it up. We got our girl, Miss Taylor Austin Dye.
Hi.
Your third time in this studio, but your first time doing a podcast with us for In the Round, right?
What took
for
so
Outside the Round now. I know what fucking took so long. Well, I wanted to have you back. So something that I've run into with doing the podcast here and like being involved with DM Monday and with Trey and stuff is like sometimes he'll have like I'll be like, hey, I want to get so and so on, and like I won't say anything to him, but then I'll still kind of count. I'm like, oh shit, he's got an episode of them coming up, and it's like we got to space out the episodes.
That was a fun one though.
That was a fun one. That was the one where we talked about loves and we talked about.
And we ate that weird shit.
We ate the weird shit, and then we talked about your mom and Steven Tyler.
Yes.
Yeah, we talked about Kentucky and back in the day, people telling you weren't going to be nothing, and now you're doing it and doing some damn things.
Doing the damn thing.
And I feel like Bible Belt's one of those kind of songs where you talk. The last few songs you've put out, you really are touching on the side of small town stuff that the guys and girls were kind of missing 10 years ago when they're just talking about Daisy Dukes and drinking beer and truck beds. It's like there's some shit to growing up in a small town, and you only know it if you grow up in a small town. You seem to be singing about that.
And I'm kind of trying to talk about the stuff that ain't so pretty, that nobody really wants to hear about.
Yeah.
But, I think their stories deserve to be told just as much as anything else.
100%. And I feel like the realness and the authenticity in that is at a higher demand right now than it's ever been before.
I think so, and I think that kind of, like I always talk about how I love writing storytelling songs. I think that's coming back. I think people are wanting it. They're like dying for it. So, and I love writing it. So I'm glad to be part of that new wave coming in.
Yeah. So what were you doing this weekend?
Man, we were in South Carolina.
Hey, South Kakalaki.
Touring around Kakalaki, yes, sir. We were in Columbia. We were at the Skyline Club.
Oh, we know that. Shout out our boy Lenny Cooper at the Skyline Club. We've had some times there.
We had a ball. Ended up at Waffle House until like 4 a.m.
Sounds about right.
After the show. The next night we were in Little River, South Carolina, which is pretty much Myrtle Beach. So after sound check, we went down to Dirty Myrtle to have a little Miami Vice or two and go stick our feet in the ocean, and it was good, but it was a long ass drive back yesterday.
Yes, those Sunday drives back are rough. Like I know Trey and the boys, they did 17 hours back, I think it was, because it was like a weird part of Nebraska that's like way out there. I did the most redneck shit I've ever done this week.
I'd love to hear
I've done a lot of redneck stuff. Not growing up, but since becoming an honorary Alabamian, working with Muscadine, working with Trey, have been around McElwain all the time. Like being around Nikki T, doing the Raise Rowdy shit. This week was the most redneck stuff that I've ever done. So we went down to Otagoville, Alabama. Little shithole in between. McElwain knows right where that's at. So it's in between his hometown of Selma and Montgomery. And it's just there's all the country that's in between there. So we have two of our buddies, Reed and Will Shackelford. They have a duo called Shackelford Lane. they have in their family 1,500-acre farm, 1,500-acre plot of land.
Amazing.
Their cousins do like animals like cows and chickens and all that shit. They specialize with their immediate family with cotton and soybeans. But basically, the land is just kind of fuck around and do whatever you want land.
Love that.
So we went out there and Nikki T and Josh Terry had gone down the day before. And if Josh Terry's
Lord.
Josh Terry and Nikki T riding like together is just...
That's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, it's like the Molly Hatchet song, Flirting with Disaster.
Exactly.
It's exactly what it is. And so I went down Friday morning with our buddy Mike. Mike Vizioni's from Chicago. He's starting to come on as a writer with Raised Rowdy. And we were like, what better way to get him introduced into the whole Raised Rowdy lifestyle than go down to this experience? So we were originally going down. John Langston was playing down at Range 231 in Montgomery, Alabama. Have you ever been down there?
I've been in Montgomery, never to Range 231 though.
So it's like a outdoor, it's like a driving range, and the bar is it's like a single wide trailer. Behind it is a driving range. In between the driving range and the trailer is a stage, and it's like an open. It's like a little redneck white trash amphitheater.
I don't know why I've never been.
It's like a pavilion, yeah. And they have there's some new ownership in there, and they have cleaned it. It's still rowdy. It is still trailer bar. McElwain, it looks like a different bar because this is like McElwain's like home bar or whatever. So like where he grew up, but they've cleaned it the fuck up. Like they inside looks like very nice as a single wide trailer that doubles as a bar can look. They got like the Top Gun like monitors and stuff. They actually have like production in there now, so it was awesome.
So it don't look like Santa's.
No, it used to be. We'll show you some pictures. It was fucking. I have to dig through them, but like it was just a wild. It's a wild place, like probably the most haggard, trashy thing that I've ever been a part of in touring with independent acts from Alabama. Which you go through a lot of shitholes touring with independent acts from Alabama. That's kind of the name of the game. But anyway, I digress. We stayed at this 1,500-acre thing, the Shackelford's hunting camp. So I get there, I pull up, and then I see this four-wheeler, or no, the side by side, the like Gator or whatever, coming, and then I see two shirtless dudes in the front. One of them holding a rifle, and it was Noah Hicks in the front seat with fucking Reed Shackelford, whatever, and they were like, "Hop in, we're killing shit." I'm like, "Okay, I guess we're killing shit." So. And then they had a dog named Boudreaux. This dog was just seek and destroy. Like, if there was anything moving, like, I watched it get this armadillo. And I thought this armadillo I was like, is that armadillo already dead? And like, no, Boudreaux just killed it. He just ripped out the stomach like nothing. Fucking machine.
Like a hound dog or something?
It was just a big dog. Apparently the dog's had 20 pups, like, they breed him, and he's a good,
okay.
He got bit by a water moccasin and his face blew up a little bit. And the dog still kept killing shit. The water moccasin didn't faze him at all. And dude, we were shooting birds and this and that. And I don't know what I'm allowed to talk about, what I'm not allowed to talk about. It was like private land, so I assume it's okay. No like deer or turkey or anything like that, but just like some redneck. We were just riding around, and then they'd see something, and we'd stop, and then they'd shoot it, and the dog would go and get it, and then they'd throw it in the bed of the gator. I'd never done anything like that.
That's some redneck shit.
It was some redneck shit. And then the camp was a double wide trailer with very nice double wide trailer with about 9 beds in it. And then we took a party bus. They have a party bus that's how wild the range is, where you can rent a party bus, like one of them party buses. You've been on those before.
Like on Broadway.
Not quite like Broadway. It's more like a limo style, like one of them short buses.
Yes.
And they had it come all the way out to the land. It was about 45 minutes to an hour away from the venue. They send this bus down all these dirt roads. Come and pick us up at this trailer in the woods with no cell service. We get in there. Josh Terry's with us, the Shackelford boys, some of their friends. And then we stop into like a very nice subdivision. I'm talking like big ass houses, like old Alabama money. And we pick up this group of girls, and then we have to stop 2 times after that to get beer for everybody to pee because everybody broke in the damn seal. It was wild. And then the show was great. Langston and Noah put on a great show. The range is always, we were there though till fucking 4 a.m.
No, I don't doubt it.
4 a.m. we were there. Nikki T was a damn bowling ball. Nikki T gets in the bowling. You've seen him like that in Key West. He sings like, you go north, I go south. Like he does this shit. So it was wild. And then yesterday I get back Saturday, chill day with the girlfriend, relax. Sunday, NASCAR race. I go to the Ally 400.
I was so jealous.
Ally 400 with Dawson Edwards and Caleb Conradi from our Raised Rowdy Racing podcast.
And Dawson is the biggest NASCAR fan.
Yeah. And Caleb's girlfriend Allison was with us too, and then our buddy Ike and Jerry. Jerry, you've met Ike before, right? Ike, he's our content guy with Raised Rowdy.
Oh,
yes. Kind of looks like Michael Cera.
Yeah, he was at Peaches.
Yes, he was. So Ike is the man, and his roommate Jerry is just a cartoon character. And Jerry's had this long hair, been like skinny. We shaved it into a mullet yesterday. Jerry's got a fucking mullet.
Did you have to get him drunk, or he just...
No, he just wants to do it. Jerry's one of those guys that you want with you for what's called a yes weekend. When you only get one no for the whole weekend, Jerry will never use his no. He'll just yes.
I love that.
Do
I love people like that.
So it was wild to just do some redneck shit.
Yeah, man.
Like, I haven't had a weekend. Then the week before that, I was tent camping at a festival in Illinois.
I don't love tent camping. I'm going to be honest.
See, I've learned that the way I have to tent camp is I have to get so high that I fall asleep. Like, you get so stoned that you fall asleep, and that's how you sleep in a tent.
I just can't. I can't raw dog tent sleeping. I have to have some kind of substance because I'm just like, I hate it. I hate it so much.
We had like these little mattress pads and stuff that we had to
I bet that helps.
Which that helps a little bit. Or like air mattresses, but I didn't have it. I had like this little mattress pad thing, which Nikki T told me, by the way, I'm going to put Nikki on blast here a little bit. He told me not to use a pump because it'll blow. So I'm sitting there trying to huff and puff and blow this fucking air mattress up. And I have been, like, at one point I was 2 packs a day of cigarettes. You remember that? Like, I still keep a damn vape on me. Like, I'm not built for the, like.
The lungs are not.
No. They're like lungs made of steel. Mine are made of Play-Doh. Like, they're not good.
Nikki T just did you dirty.
Yep, no, but he was doing it too, and he's just been camping for, like, he's been going to festivals and tent camping for, like, almost as long as I've been alive.
That used to be a man to do that.
I was like lightheaded and shit. I was like, fuck, this better be comfortable. And it was all right. It didn't deflate. But so you went to South Carolina this weekend. Obviously, Bible Belt did some stuff on the socials for you.
Yeah, it's doing well still. We're I think it got something like 30,000 streams the first day, which was good for me. You know, I'm tickled to death with that. And I had like 2,300 pre-saves coming out of the gate, so that helped a ton. We charted, I think we got to number 27 on the chart.
Nice.
So, Morgan Wallen has like 15 in the top 20.
Right?
So,
Isn't that crazy?
I'll take it.
Isn't that crazy?
Can you imagine? I mean, he's like...
being the chart, just one person.
He is the chart. But yeah, so it did that, and then... like, we played these live shows this past weekend, and everybody already knew the words.
That's great.
Made me very happy. So
that's great.
It's still doing well. We're actually releasing the music video for it. We already got that filmed. So
all right, tell us about the video a little bit, because there's a lot of directions that you could go with this song.
So the video, it'll probably already be out by the time we... Yeah.
This is coming out this Friday.
Oh, that's when the video comes out.
Oh, no shit.
Fuck let's talk about it.
So after y'all listen to this podcast, or hit pause on the podcast, go watch the video. That's what we'll do.
So the music video for Bible Belt, we shot it. I kind of had an idea in mind going into it. I wanted there to be like a mother-daughter. We rented a 1994 Cutlass.
A what?
A 1994 Cutlass, like an old station wagon.
I don't even know what a Cutlass is.
Well,
so what is it like?
It's just a big old dab wagon, and it's got velvet red seats, and it has a bench seat in the back, and then when you open the trunk, there's a seat facing out the back window.
Hell yeah.
So I knew I wanted like an old ship box, so I rented one of those. And then I actually got 2 of my ride or dies, which is what we call my fans, to be in the video. A mother-daughter duo. They always come out to my shows in Kentucky. They're awesome. And their names are Larissa and Brandy. And Brandy actually has little money pieces like I do, so it was perfect.
Hell yeah.
So like she was playing the little girl. Her mom was playing the mom, obviously. And we're kind of getting gas, and her mom's kind of flipping through a book of men, and we go to a Red Roof Inn, and she's like coming out of the hotel room with her bare feet and holding her heels. It's kind of like, it's nothing too lewd, but it's also, you definitely get the point that she is a hooker. Sorry, I say hooker, but everyone's so offended these days.
You can say hooker.
I can say hooker. It's called spade a spade. Like, it's a sex worker. That's fine. It's not a bad thing to be a hooker. I don't care. Everybody in my comment section is so fucking offended all the time. Oh my god. Over me saying hooker. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But I just said it again. So
Hooker.
Leave your comments below on how offended you are. Thanks. But anyway, so yeah, that's the whole video premise is kind of that. Just the mom trying to provide for her daughter. And she takes her to Waffle House and lets her get a little piece of pie for waiting in the car. It's very sad, actually.
Yeah.
So, but it was exactly how I planned it. Randy Allen shot. Do you know Randy?
Yeah.
He shot it for us,
That's awesome.
and he's always so great. So the whole video is just us three. We're the only characters in it.
Wow.
And it's pretty powerful. It made some people cry that I've showed it to already. So
Wow.
let me know if it makes you cry or not.
Yeah, what kind of place did you write that song from, and like where did the idea for Bible Belt, because it's a title that can mean all kinds of different things. Obviously, it's like this area, and you being from Kentucky, you grew up in the heart of it. Like you grew up in the thick of the Bible Belt. But like the place that you take it is so cool and such an interesting take on playing it.
Well, I'd had this hook, Put Another Notch in the Bible Belt, forever. And I'd taken it to like 3 rides. And everybody's like, I don't know about that. Like, I don't know if radio would ever play it. And I was like, I don't give a shit. Like, I want to write this
guys,
song.
I don't even get playlisting right now. I ain't fucking worried about the radio.
I don't care. Like, everyone was like, oh, that's not good. Well, they said that about Rest in Peace, too.
Yeah,
but
and that's
it actually
done.
just went to radio. So
Yeah. Oh, really?
it did. Yeah. It's number 60 on the breakout chart.
Dude, let's fucking
Last week,
go.
so-
That's huge.
Anyway, so everyone's like, no, that radio's never going to play that. I don't know. I think we should go a different direction. I was just like, nah, I'll just keep it. I'll keep that title and we'll write something else. So finally, I went in with Nicole Croteau and Chris Utley, who I also wrote Rest in Peace with. And this was the second time me bringing this hook to them. And I was like, I really want to write this. And they're like, all right, let's just do it. And so the idea kind of came from, I grew up in it was the poorest county in the nation for years and years. And I think we flip-flop with a county in Mississippi every now and then. We're still in the top 10, but so I saw like a lot of shady shit going on, people just doing what they got to do, whether it be buying pop with their food stamps and selling it, for cheap, or, just all the things you hear about in small town. And there were these ladies that would be around the courthouse, and there were some prominent men in our county that would take them up on their offers. And you just see that, and then you see them, demonizing, in church on Sunday, that same thing that they've been doing. And I just think it's interesting, the hypocrisy and, all the corruption in small town. And I really wanted to bring that to life with this song. And everyone's just dying to know who it's about, but I'll never tell.
It doesn't need to
Make
be.
your own inferences.
Yeah, I feel like it can be about whoever the listener wants it to be about, because a lot of folks can relate to.
Like I said, it's
that living.
based on a story. I mean, it's not like 100. This is not completely 100% factual. It's based on these people, and I've created kind of my own story from it. But it's definitely a look into what it's like being in Owsley County, Kentucky.
In what county?
Owsley.
Yep. Owsley County, Kentucky.
Owsley
What is there
County.
to eat in Owsley County, Kentucky? Where's the go-to?
We got the Dairy Bar, Spencer's Dairy Bar,
Okay.
which I love. Shout out. And there's also the restaurant.
The restaurant. Is it spelled like restaurant, or is it spelled like...
Yeah, that's just how I say
Oh,
it.
you say
Restaurant.
So it's just called the restaurant?
I think it's named something now, but everyone just calls it the restaurant. Like
restaurant.
there's the Dairy Bar and the restaurant, and that's all we have. We don't have any chain.
No Waffle House, no
Oh
nothing.
no! I mean, we got to drive like 45 minutes to an hour to get to Walmart.
Really?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
So we got a grocery store called Shopwise, family owned.
Okay, yeah. Is that one of the ones that's like... Because I saw that when I was coming back from Alabama, like the 10%. Like it's like it's listed at like price and then like 10% or whatever.
Oh, I have
Is that
no
one of
idea.
those, or like pay or what the fuck?
I don't know what that means.
What'd you say your thing was called?
Shopwise, that's just the name of the
Shopwise?
family owned store. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's just like, it's the only grocery store for 20 miles. So that's where everybody goes.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. We just got a stoplight, a few years back. So that was very
You
exciting.
didn't even have one of those? Oh, wow.
Not growing up. We had a flashing light around the courthouse square, but we finally got an official stoplight a few years back. So yeah, it's small town. And, I grew up on my grandparents had a big farm, and they farmed backer and tomatoes, potatoes, corn, like all kinds of vegetables and everything. So I grew up doing that, and it was fun. I loved it.
Yeah. What kind of Friday night shit what kind of shit does a small town kid get in? Like when they're in middle school, high school, like Like, because we used to go to the mall. That was the big thing about where I was. It was go to the mall or go to like go to somebody's house and like destroy this nice upscale suburban
Yeah,
home.
so we were a dry county, no mall, no Walmart, no
So
like.
what do you do? What do you do besides getting the meth? What do you do?
Well, that's one thing you can. That's one
I
route
feel
you can
like there's
take.
some people that do that.
Oh yeah, I got plenty of people I know that do that.
Gets a little methy.
A little methy, but we would just drive around the courthouse, and we would go park sometimes at the old skate. We had a skating rink for about 5 minutes.
Okay.
But it was actually just in an old dollar store, so the tile was all like bumpy and shit, and like you would skate for like a second, you get caught in the tile.
They turned a dollar store into a skating rink.
Yeah, but
That's
now
awesome.
it's just an empty building with a bunch of spray paint on it. So people go right around the courthouse square and then sit in the old skate rink parking lot. And that's it.
Damn.
You can go to the dairy bar and get a milkshake or a burger.
Yeah. Do you go home very often or not really?
I don't get to go home as much as I'd like. We're on the road so much, and then when I'm in town, I'm hanging out with you and writing and doing meetings and interviews and stuff. So I don't get to go home that much, and I'd say once every 4 months maybe ish.
Yeah.
But my mom, she's a huge supporter, so she's always down here hanging out with
That's
me.
awesome.
So
And how far of a drive is that from here? It's
it's about 4 hours. Hard 4 hours.
damn. So that's Eastern Kentucky. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't get there from here.
Yeah.
It's just back roads and but
Yeah. Yeah, because there's different
Small
parts.
town
Like Western Kentucky and Eastern Kentucky are very different.
Different
Like-
worlds.
Like Paducah
Yeah.
is very different from the area
Yeah.
you come from, which is very different from Lexington, which is very different from Bowling Green.
yeah,
Like
we're
they're
in
all,
the hills, in the
Yeah.
hollers,
It might as well be West Virginia.
Yeah. Yep. So we're right there in the heart of it, in the Appalachian Mountains, really. So it's a long way, and it's all back roads,
Yeah.
to get there and to get wherever you're going, and
Yeah, do you feel like because right now not even right now, like the past few years, there's just been this movement of like the traditional Appalachia kind of sound. And
Yeah.
you credit a lot of people credit that to Sturgill and to Childers, and now you've got Charles Wesley Godwin coming out of the woodwork doing his thing with the Allegheny guys or whatever
Yeah.
he calls whatever the band's called. But there seems to be like that area is like the sound of that Appalachia area is being heard now more than it was.
Man, Kentucky turns out some good musicians.
Yeah.
I mean, and even people that back home that I just grew up playing with. I mean, I grew up playing with some of the best musicians I would bargain to say on this planet. And it's just some old guy in overalls sitting at the restaurant. You know what I mean?
He's
It's
not
like,
trying to pursue it.
Not
He does,
trying to do anything with it.
He works his 40 hours a week
Yeah.
and then picks on a guitar for
Yeah.
fun.
And then could probably pull out $5,000 out of his pocket, and
Yeah.
it's just like one of those down home guys that
Yeah.
don't care nothing for fame. They just live on their farm and play music, and that's it. So I mean, the people that are famous that come from Kentucky, you can imagine the people that are not pursuing it. Like the talent that is there is just sitting there is crazy.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing to do. I mean, I was telling you that we go sit in the parking lot. I mean, there's nothing to do. So like playing music is a thing we could all just do, sit down, and everybody could pick around,
Yeah.
And even in school, we had a room that we could all go to. It was called the Kids on Stage room. And we would all just go down there and sit and pick for a couple hours a day during the school day. And it was just like something for us to do.
Yeah, I guess that like definitely translates to why music would be big in the small. Like, what else are you gonna fucking do?
Yeah.
What else? Did you play sports and shit growing up?
Yeah, I played volleyball. Played softball for a little bit.
Were you have hops and were you jumping up? And
No,
like,
I was a setter.
You were the
libero,
setter, the
yeah,
libero. Okay,
yeah.
so you wear the different jersey.
Well, listen, we're poor. We didn't have no different jerseys.
Oh, no different. Okay,
but that's
no marked libero.
Yeah, that's the spot that I would be in, or I would be the setter. But I was a good server, was kind of my thing. So
was your
they
thing?
would always rotate me in to serve, whatever. I was actually captain. So
No
I know I
shit.
don't look super athletic, but
No, have you played it all recently? Like if you're at the beach or something, or you see there being a volleyball game. would you be like,
I
yeah,
played
I'd
in
love to-
college for like a year, and then I decided that I just
Well, we got to get
could
you to
not
the.
do
we
it.
gotta
But I
get-
would love to do it. I'm always looking for a league or something, which
gotta-
I'm never home.
You got to
but
come and hang out with our friends at the Rusty Nail. You ever been there?
There's a
Yeah.
sand pit, right?
Yeah, they have a whole volleyball league they do in the summer. They get really competitive too.
I'd have to practice up, but
Well,
I'd be down.
I think you would do just
Is it
fine.
co-ed or just women?
Oh,
or-
it's co-ed.
Okay.
It's very much co-ed. All ages, all shapes, all sizes, it's
Wait, do y'all have a team?
we don't have a team. We kind of provide the inside entertainment. Well, actually, Matt McElwain provides the inside entertainment. He does. That's where we do our McElwain Monday because it's like the Rusty Nail is a great because we do a lot of stuff at Live Oak. Obviously, Live Oak's kind of our flagship. We did like 5 events during CMA Fest. That's where the Raise Rowdy Outside the Round, where Burrill and Nikki T hosting lives. What's good about the Rusty Nail? You can do whatever the fuck you want over there. It's outside of town. It's laid back. You can get drunk there for $30.
Oh, hell yeah.
They got the volleyball court. They have a whole ass smoking room. Like, McElwain gets a little fucked up and says some crazy shit, which usually doesn't crazy shit. It's more like, well, what did he, not that he said anything bad. You just don't know what he's saying. He starts stumbling and bumbling and mumbling and shit. And the Rusty Nail is like, that's the vibe of the Rusty Nail. It's great. And
I
they
love
do,
that.
and they have volleyball league.
We should start one.
That's what I'm saying. We should go. We should get you out there and play.
What day of the week is it?
They do them every night during the summer.
Okay.
They just people
All
just show
right.
up and play.
Let's do it. I gotta be practicing, be exercising a little
I
bit.
think I think you would
Okay.
kill it. And then
All right.
Tommy and the crew over there, they're good folks. It's just like the GM's just sitting out there smoking a cigar. Like it's very very relaxed vibes. We actually want to do a songwriter festival there called the Hermitage International Songwriters Festival at the Rusty Nail. And do like an all day thing on like a Saturday and Sunday,
Okay.
and then get somebody to sponsor the Uber rides. So then we get
Oh,
everybody
that would be
playing. Everybody playing gets an
fantastic.
Uber ride there to and from.
And
so
I
then
live
everybody
up there.
drink. Yeah,
I live so close.
yeah. That's,
I live in Old Hickory.
oh yeah, you're right, fucking
Yeah.
there.
Okay, it's happening.
It is happening for sure. Now, how long have you lived over in Old Hickory? Because you've been in town now for what, a few years, right?
I've been in town 5 years.
Okay, so we're about the same. It'll be 5 years for me in October. So where all in town have you lived at? Because I feel like there's different chapters of
Yeah.
because I've lived in a few different spots.
Well, I started out when I moved to town. I lived in Goodlettsville.
Oh, no shit.
For 3
Okay.
years, I lived out there, and I love Goodlettsville. I love the area.
Yeah, I do
love
too.
Rivergate. I know everybody talks shit on it, but I love it.
Rivergate Mall, there's something about it.
oh, man.
Something about going into a Dillard's on a Thursday.
feels
I'll
good,
tell you
you
what.
know?
Shout out to our boy Grady Smith. He loves Dillard's.
I do too.
The
There's
Rivergate
nothing
Mall.
wrong with Rivergate Mall, but I loved it out there. And then when me and Ben started dating, we moved in together downtown on 8th, which was we got kicked out pretty much.
Really?
Would you like to hear the story?
If you, well, for one, I just Ben's awesome, by the way. Shout out Ben, Taylor's other half here. To go from not even having a stoplight in your town to Goodlettsville, that's like easing your way into the Nashville metro area.
Yeah,
8th Avenue, you're in the shit, girl.
in
That's-
it balls deep.
That's a lot. Yeah, what the fuck happened?
Well, I mean, I guess it was pretty much my fault, but it started because I would do TikTok lives. I used to do TikTok lives once a week. If you follow me for a while, I used to do them every single week on like a Tuesday or Wednesday. And I would play from like 8 to 10 at night. And our downstairs neighbor would literally take like, I don't know, it was a broom or something. They would literally knock on the ceiling and be like, shut the fuck up. And I would just keep playing, obviously. Like, even the people on my live could hear the downstairs people screaming at me.
That was like part of the show.
Yeah. So it became an inside joke for everyone that watched my lives. Like, oh, here comes the neighbors. Like, And, quiet hours weren't until 11 down there.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't doing anything wrong. So they were already just pissed off. And then they took it to the management, and they were like, well, she's not doing anything. I mean, it's not quiet hours, so whatever. So then we come home a couple of nights, play some pretty loud co-wetzel, and, just really getting after it. That was another time. And then the last time when we actually got in the most trouble was because we got home from the bar, and it was like 3, and we were being loud. And so they do the same thing. They start beating on the ceiling, like screaming, fuck you, or whatever. So I was absolutely belligerently drunk. And I go down there in my underwear. I had like 4 Zen pouches in my mouth. Off my ass. And I go down there and I'm just banging on their door, and I was like, fucking come out. And so I can hear them in there moving around. I was like, come on, you're going to talk shit, come out. And they never came out. But the next day, the management's like, well, some people have reported that they feel unsafe living here because of you.
Oh, Lord.
And I was like, okay, well. Okay. So anyway, we later got a letter from the lawyer of the apartment complex, and they said, you have to rectify this in 2 weeks or you're kicked out. Our lease ended in 2 weeks. So we were like,
this is kind of the sign.
Okay, well, we're going to peace out real quick then.
Yeah.
And never heard from them again. So that was our time on 8th Avenue.
Yeah, see, I've never lived in the city. I'm like kind of living in the city right now. Like my address is in Hermitage, but my girlfriend lives in the Gulch.
Oh, yeah, you're down there then.
I'm living. Yeah. It's that Novell building or the Novel building, the one with like the faces on it. Like if you're going towards 12 South.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like it's like you go down Division here, you make a right. You go over to the interstate, you make the right. Then there's that building with all the fucking heads on it or whatever, all the faces. So she just moved in there from White. She was living in White House, like up near Greenbrier. Yeah. She used to live in Goodlettsville. I think she spends a lot of time going up that way, and like that part of the city, like the Goodlettsville, Gallatin, Hendersonville, Cottontown, those are great spots.
I'm all about it. We've lived in Old Hickory now for over a year.
Old Hickory's great too. Old Hickory's
it's awesome.
Awesome. And if you like water, you're right there. You got.
We are 0.8 miles from Sam's Marina.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
So you guys spend a lot of time going over there?
We've been there like twice, honestly. I walk down there all the time just to get a little exercise in, but I usually don't go in. I usually just see the water, turn around, go back home. But it's great, yeah. Just being up there, a little bit out of town is kind of where it's at, you know?
Yeah, like I don't think I'm gonna live. I mean, I stay with Erin, my girl, like 4 or 5 days a week now. It's funny, like
so you pretty much are living downtown.
Live there, but it's like I have a roommate. She doesn't have a roommate. Oh, she does. Her 4-year-old daughter, like that's there sometimes. But like it's so much easier to just be like, hey, you want to go get something to eat? Walk down the stairs, pop over to the pub, pop over to this place, pop over to that place. Yeah. Oh, Condado.
Do you love Condado?
I like Condado. I haven't been there with Erin, but I've been there before, and it's high-level tacos.
We love it.
Like we say premium at Ray's Rowdy.
Premium tacos.
That is tacos, margs. Like the way, you know, when you go in and it's like the list and you like mark down what you want kind of thing, like on the little pen. That's when you know, like
bar taco.
Yes, like bar taco.
That's when you know it's gonna be some good
bar
shit.
Bar taco's fucking delicious.
Ooh, that pork brisket,
dude,
the brisket taco
so
is my favorite.
I like the Baja one or like the shrimp one.
Oh, yeah.
That's good too. Some shrimp tacos. I fuck up some shrimp tacos. Those are good. But yeah, it's just easier to just be here, just wake up, walk around. I get so much exercise in being in the city too.
Oh yeah.
We'll just for shits and giggles, and she'll look at her Apple Watch, and be like, "Oh yeah, we just walked 4 miles." Like what? What do you mean we just? You're like, yeah, we just walked from all the way down the Gulch, all the way up, and then back.
Damn.
I'm like, fuck, that's a walk.
Maybe I need to try again.
I wouldn't be doing that. I wouldn't be doing that in Hermitage.
Yeah, I mean, I get in the car. There was a Taco Bell just open like less than a mile from me, so that's been dangerous. But I don't even walk there.
I have my danger. My danger. We're talking about our late night munchie habits here. McDonald's.
Oh.
There's one right. There's Hermitage. Like that's something I learned too when I moved down south. There are certain towns, they'll just have like a fast food row, and it's just a row of all. And so we didn't have that up north. We just didn't have the fast food chains.
No, we didn't have them either, but for different reasons, I guess.
Yeah, true. You're a different circumstance, yes. But like when I first moved, I lived in Spring Hill, which is way the fuck down there. But I was working on Broadway doing security. So I'd have to drive up from Spring Hill to Broadway every day.
How long is that? It's like 45 minutes?
Depends on how Franklin and Brentwood and Cool Springs treat you. You got to go through all that shit.
That's horrible.
And if you're doing a night shift, you clock in at like 6 or 7.
And that's
rush hour.
When rush hour is.
You're stuck in traffic with all the damn Range Rovers and BMWs in Franklin. My little Toyota Corolla at the time. R.I.P. to that Corolla. I totaled that thing like a month into being in town.
What happened?
I went to make a left out of the Burger King, and someone went to make a right out of the Kroger, and we went badoom.
Y'all were okay though, right?
Oh, I was fine. Oh yeah, I was fine. The car was not. But yeah, because I used to ride around one of them little black Corolla SSs.
Good cars, man.
Yeah,
I'm in a Toyota right now. I love it.
And it's got that little douchey spoiler on the back that's just there that comes with the factory. Like your little Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift bullshit.
Slow and the Curious.
Yes. and I just had that for no fucking reason on my car. So it's kind of a good thing it's gone. I've upgraded. Now I'm in a Tacoma, so I'm still Team Toyota.
I'm in a RAV4.
Yeah, dude, they're fucking great
Team Toyota.
cars.
It's been great. I just got it. My Kia. I've had 2 Kia Souls.
You in a Kia Soul is just perfect.
I know.
That's just the vibe.
I had a red one. I put 300,000 miles on it.
That's the one with the mice in the commercials, right?
Yes.
The hamsters.
And then I got a silver one, and I put almost 300,000 miles on that one. And then we got to a show in Georgia, and the shit box just absolutely exploded. It exploded on the way down the road. Like the engine fucking...
Oh, so it's just like a...
Yeah. It popped, and then it... I was like, oh, no. We were 20 minutes outside the venue. Middle of BFE, Georgia.
Remember where in Georgia it was?
We were on our way to McKaysville, I think. It's in the Blue Ridge Mountains. I'm telling you, there was not any Ubers, no lifts, no rent-a-car places. We had to drive a box U-Haul home to Nashville.
Oh, geez, and those things do not go fast.
Do not go fast. Also, we were only bringing it one way, so it cost me $250 to drive back to Nashville.
Oh.
A 3-hour drive.
Jeez.
3.5. So, yeah. I mean, I love my Kias, but I'm going to be in a Toyota for a while now.
Yeah. And the RAV4 is nice because you got room for shit.
Yeah, man. Me and Ben actually toured in it just, because we do a little acoustic thing together sometimes. And we toured in it for a while, and we had plenty of room. Like, put them seats down.
Yeah.
Good to go. But now we've actually bought a van, a tour van. So we're doing
Really?
full band. Yep. Named it Lieutenant Van.
Lieutenant Van. That's a good name for it. What kind of van?
It's a Chevy Express 3500.
Okay. The Chevy Expresses are nice.
Yeah.
We did a lot of time in the 4350.
Yeah.
I've spent.
Those are a little bigger, right?
They're like the Ford Econo line. Those
Oh,
like
the Econo line,
the white
like
van.
16 passenger.
Yeah, like 15, 16 passenger. We'd sometimes we'd max it out at the 16 sometimes, depending on where we were going. But yeah, you guys pulling a trailer with that too?
We actually are buying a trailer this week.
Really?
Yep.
All right, that's a big.
We in it. I know we've kind of expanded over the last couple.
Isn't it wild to think
months.
about like where you were like at the start of this year in January to
touring
where
in a Kia Soul, then to touring in a RAV4.
Yeah.
And now we're full band
With a trailer.
And with a van
with
and trailer.
gigs with a song that just got sent to radio.
Yep.
Life's pretty
crazy.
fucking good.
I mean, Rest in Peace came out in February, and all this has happened since then.
Yeah.
So it's been very fast. Actually, it's really just happened in the last couple months. And then I signed with UTA as well, so they're sending us all over the place.
Who you at over there?
Brian Hill, Kurt
nice.
Motley.
Yep, that's a good crew.
Mackenzie and Lauren, yeah.
It's a great crew. UTA's got a great roster. They really do.
They're killing it for me. I love them.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing with you too, is you've grown up playing shows, playing what you would refer to as shows, but playing small little playing wherever they would come and let you play guitar and play music for people.
I was telling someone a couple days ago, they were asking like how I got started. I literally have been playing since I was 5 years old, like professionally getting paid since I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
And since then, like I would play anywhere they would let me get on stage. I didn't care if they paid me or not.
Oddest gig, like the weirdest gig, like I can't believe I played there.
I mean, I played a lot of retirement parties.
Retirement parties,
But
like
no,
retirement homes?
One
or
of the
like,
wildest, strangest gigs that I played, I was 14 years old, and it was a bar, but it wasn't a bar. It was a bring your own bottle bar.
Oh.
And this was in Eastern
A
Kentucky.
drinking club.
I
Pretty much. If it's a bring your own bottle bar, I feel like it's, hey, let's all get fucked up at this place together.
Yeah, but everyone knew it was a bar, but like they couldn't call it a bar because it wasn't legal.
Tri County, yeah.
Yeah. So I was 14 years old. I have a picture of me. I'm wearing ballet flats, skinny jeans, and like a Super Mario shirt. Okay. We go in this place, and there is all kinds of kinds. They said, "Now watch out for Big Mama. She'll get on you." I was like, well, what does that mean, you know? And my guitar player and my bass player were like, okay, let's see what this is about. So this lady comes in, and she was Big Mama. I mean, she's probably about 450.
Whoa.
And they said she was a regular. She got up on stage with us and was grinding on our bass player, on our guitar player.
No.
And, I'm 14 years old, just taking this gig because I'm just trying to get after it, you know. That was one of the craziest ones that I can remember just because I was so young. And it was just like, I should not be here.
Yeah, but that's yeah.
If you wonder why I'm the way I am, that's why. I've been in bars since I was 12.
We love you, Big Mama. We love you, Big Mama. That's great. So where all do they have you going now? Like having a book, isn't it nice having someone else book your shows?
It is incredible.
You and Ben have probably spent years, even before you guys were together, you've probably spent years calling people,
just cold
emailing
calling.
people.
I've been finding a venue online.
Facebook Messenger,
Yep.
Instagram DM, filling out some bullshit form on a website that
Yep.
they're never going to look at.
They're never going to see it. But it's, I mean, my whole life I did it all myself. I never like had any help from anybody. I never had management. And you know, I did have a booking agent, independent booking agent that was working for me for the last 2 years, and she absolutely killed it. But it feels good. We did about 50-50. Like I would book about half and she would book about half.
Yeah.
But it feels good to just have somebody take care of it. You know it's going to be good. Like you're not going to get there and it's going to be like, oh, the stage is out back. You're going to be on a trailer and there's going to be chickens running around.
Uncovered trailer.
Yeah.
Here's your one JBL speaker on a stand. There's your PA.
That literally happened to us like probably less than 2 years ago. We walk up to the venue. We have to pull our gear through the mud because it's in a hauler. And we get there and there's like chicken coops on either side of the stage. Well, about my set, about halfway through, all these chickens and guineas get out and just start flying around in front of the stage. And I was like, this is not real.
Where was that?
In Eastern Kentucky. I won't say where it was.
Hometown show.
Yeah. It was not in my hometown, but it was kind of close to there. But it was very interesting, and everyone was just super high, and a lot of drugs.
Yeah, you've come a long way from
Yeah, so
playing
you
those
know
kind of
that
places.
when now that they're booking for me,
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about maybe getting
do
flogged.
you have a rider yet?
Yes.
What's on the Taylor Austin Dye rider?
Well, for my guitar player, we have Red Bull. For Ben,
Okay.
we have Monster. For me, we
You
have
have Monster and you have Red Bull?
Oh, yes.
You have both? Jeez.
We have Miller Lite,
Okay.
Coors Light, 12-pack of Miller for me, 12-pack of Coors Light for the boys, a bottle of Woodford or Better bourbon, and then a bottle of Reposado tequila.
Wow.
I think there's like a veggie tray and then chips and salsa in there too.
Nice.
But it's nothing too crazy,
Yeah.
but just, to get us by.
Just to get us by, just all the liquor.
Just to get us started.
Give us the
Yeah.
liquor. Give us the booze. And then do you know where you're going next as far as shows and stuff? Because
We actually, on the day this podcast will be out, are having a free show here in Nashville at a new venue called the Vinyl Lounge.
I know the Vinyl Lounge.
Yeah.
I know Clint.
Yeah, so
Those are good people.
we're yeah, they are. So
Yeah.
we're going to be playing there. Free show, full band. We got an opener. I think the doors open at 6.
Sick.
So we're excited about that one. We don't get to play full band in Nashville too very often. I do
Yeah.
a lot of songwriter rounds around, but it's a big showcase. So I think it's going to be good.
That's awesome. You guys are doing that with you got folks coming out to look at you kind of thing.
Yeah. I think there's
Isn't
gonna
it
be some
awesome to be in
industry
these
people there.
because we've known each other for a few years now,
Mm-hmm.
before COVID, and it's it's wild to just see where everybody's lives are at now and
Everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. I feel like our class that kind of came in together is just killing it.
Yeah, the class of 2018 is
Yep.
doing pretty fucking
Yep.
good right now.
Proud to be a part of it.
I'm trying to think who else is in there. So it's like you, Dylan Marlowe came in around that time, right?
I'm not sure.
I think he moved down around 2018. Priscilla moved around that time, right?
Oh, she's been here, I think,
Or
two
was
more
she
years
two more?
than me.
Okay, so she was a little bit older than
2016,
us.
I think she came.
Who else was around that
20.
time? I'm trying to think 2018. I know Brian Fowler, Lee Langston, that whole Dylan Marlowe tree, Tyler Chambers, all those kids came in around the same time.
I'm not exactly sure. I'm drawing a blank.
Who were some of the people you were vibing with and stuff when you first moved to town? You were writing with
To
and
be completely
going to
honest, when
losers
I
with.
first moved to town, I was married and I stayed at home.
Oh, really? So you were married before Ben?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Just telling all my secrets.
I didn't know that.
I know a lot of people don't know that, but yeah.
No shit.
Yep. I was married and then I guess until 2019, the beginning of 2019.
Okay, so your whole first year here,
Yep.
you weren't going to losers.
No, not really.
You weren't going to Red Door.
No.
You were going to Frisky Frogs
I
to
was
play, or
Going to Frisky Frogs.
Frisky Frogs to play,
Going
and
to
then
play
get
in
out.
Margaritaville, coming home. That was it. I didn't really have a lot of friends the first year I moved here because of that. I was just
Yeah.
playing my gigs and putting my head down and going home and writing and, going live on Facebook. That was pretty much it. So, yeah. Then I got divorced and then I made a lot of new friends.
Yeah, isn't it? That's something that I've like Trey, for example. Trey had a whole chapter of his life where he was married and then he got divorced and then shortly after he moved up here. Like I feel like because I've never been married. I'm in probably the most serious relationship that I've ever been in right now, which is cool. You know, it's just boyfriend girlfriend thing going really good. But I've never done the whole marriage thing. But I feel like after you get that divorce, like there's two ways it can go. Either you could really be sad for a long time and you're fucking done, or you can go out and start the next chapter of your life after that.
And that's pretty much exactly what happened.
Yeah, and it seems like the past 4 years have been pretty fucking good for you.
Yeah, I mean, I've been happier than I've ever been these last few years. So it happened for a reason, for sure. I know that's kind of cliche to say, but it definitely
but
did.
That's the truth. That's for real the truth.
Yeah.
It all happens for a reason.
Yeah, I would have probably been back in my hometown. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, we wouldn't get to hear the music that you put out. We wouldn't get to hang out with you. We wouldn't get to have fun times in Key West.
Isn't that crazy to think about?
Yeah, just how
like one thing.
One thing. That's like for me. I was originally going to college to do sports media. I wanted to be on ESPN. I wanted to be covering
like you would have
the
been good
Yankees.
at that.
I would have been good at that, but I wouldn't have had a country college radio show. I wouldn't be here in Nashville. I wouldn't be hosting rounds. I wouldn't be doing podcasts. Who knows what I'd be doing. I would have been with my fucking, I don't know if I'd be sober. It'd be tough because I would have still been up north during COVID. Like when COVID was really COVID. Like down here, we were able to operate. I made a lot of connections during that last 6 months of 2020. Like, that to me
because down here people were just like trying to find any way to get around it, like just having house stuff or having hangouts, you know. Yeah,
because it's such a community thing, the music industry. It's very similar to a church or a high school or like any kind of thing where it's like that community vibe. That's what Nashville is, and we found 100%. A way to do that. And if I was blogging, living in my mom's basement up in New York, I would not be in the same mental state that I am now, especially during that year and a half period of them being stuck with COVID shit up there. Because they were in it till summer of 21.
Really?
Yeah, like summer of 21 was when it started to get a little more normal.
Wow.
You know, whereas like down here, we did our first round back at Live Oak June of 2020.
Yeah, I mean, we're like, okay, 4 months, we're good, or 2 months, however long it was.
Yeah, I remember. Do you know Jamie from Upstar? You know Upstar Music well. Yeah,
Jamie Shoemaker.
So Jamie, great people. Shout out to our friends from Upstar.
They just put me on their playlist this week.
Yeah,
shout out,
hell
thank
yeah.
you.
He does a good job with that playlist shit. He really does.
Kills it.
I'm trying to get better about doing that, but he's had it down to a science in like different levels of playlists and curating them and putting like he puts up like college football rankings almost, and it's like he puts up like what's getting requested and all that.
This week.
Yeah, he does a really good job with the visuals of it.
Yeah.
But his first time in Nashville, so I met him, or his first time in Nashville since running Upstar. He had just turned 21. He had only been drank one time before that. So I had just gotten back in town from being up with my family. So this is early June, I want to say June of 2020. And Jamie comes down, and we hit the bars hard. And now, again, I don't drink, so I'm just DDing. I'm high as a kite. I'm having a good time smoking some weed. And I'm ripping cigs back then. And we got Jamie hammered.
Oh.
It was wild. But the bars that you hit, but it was crazy because he was living up in Buffalo still. He wasn't down here full time yet. He didn't move down here until recently, actually. But he had come from a world where everything was shut down. Couldn't really do much to like, oh shit, Dogwood is hopping. Oh shit, there's a line outside of Losers. Oh shit, let's take him to Kid Rocks and see what happens. Like,
bad idea.
We did all of that. The kid survived, but I mean, barely. I think we carried him in. Like he was staying with Cole Bradford, our buddy. I don't know if you know Cole Bradford and all of those folks. It was a fun night where we just destroyed poor Jamie. So
I think I was one of his first interviews.
Yeah.
When I put out Good Time Girl, like a long time ago.
Yeah, because he's done a good job with his blog and like
and
he's done it all himself, and he's just hungry. And I know he's been on the road with like doing the Hunter Jordan stuff and been hustling and grinding. But yeah, COVID was just, we got very lucky to be where we were at, like because Nashville was hit very hard with it, you know, in the fact that it's a service industry town.
Mm-hmm. That's why I started TikTok. That's why I even started posting stuff like that, because I didn't have any gigs. I was cleaning Airbnbs. Like, that's all I had to do. So I just started posting, like, I think June of 2020 is when I first posted my first TikTok ever. And then from there, it just like kind of exploded. So I'm not glad that COVID happened, but I'm glad that I had the opportunity to like take a little time off of Broadway gigs and everything, just to be able to like open that world up. And now we're here.
Put it this way. So COVID doesn't happen. We're not in this room right now.
Yeah.
McElwain's still living in bumfuck, whatever, Prattville, Selma, whatever.
Oh, Prattville?
Prattville?
I
Even
love
the Prattville?
I play Carl's Country all the time.
Oh, that's his hometown
Oh,
bar.
I love Prattville, dude.
Yeah,
yeah, that's where my family lives now.
Yeah, they lived in Selma. He's a
played Carl's Country several times.
he's a big Prattville
Do you know
guy.
Lulu?
I don't know if I know Lulu. Rena, what is her name?
Rena, yeah.
She still messages me on
Yep.
Facebook every now and then.
Yeah, you ever been to Mr. Waffle?
Uh-uh.
Okay, you got to go to Mr. Waffle. Is
Is that like Waffle House?
It's like Waffle House, but the deep South Alabama version.
Hell yeah.
Like, how could a Waffle House
could it be
get more Waffle House? Put it in. Is that in Selma, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Selma. Yeah. Selma, Alabama.
Last time I was down there, I was starving, but they started closing at midnight because it just gets ratchet. Gangster. There's always cops sitting outside of it now.
Hell yeah.
That it is more Waffle House than the Waffle House.
It's my life mission to go to Mr. Waffle.
Oh, let's do it. Let's get. We got to get you at the range because I feel like you would thrive
100%.
at that venue.
It sounds like we're just cut out for it.
Yeah, it sounds like that is what the Taylor Austin Die Show is.
You know?
But anyway, like we were saying during COVID, like if it weren't for COVID, I mean, Nikki T wouldn't be down here because he wouldn't have been able to work remote and move down here. I definitely wouldn't be a co-owner of Raised Rowdy. I don't think Trey Lewis has a podcast studio. Like it's like everything kind of happens for a reason, you know. Like that time gave us all the ability to figure out what would work for us, you know.
Yeah.
A little second to recoup.
Crazy to think about.
It is because it's like for the world, it's like going to go down as one of the darkest 2-year things.
Oh yeah.
In terms of music and like for a lot of like folks in our circles, like the last 6 months were some of the best 6 months of my life.
Yeah.
Crazy how that worked.
Wild.
So you've got booking now, you've got management. You got publishing yet? No.
Nope. I just got management and booking so far. And
Why do you think that is on the publishing stuff?
Like as a publishing deal or like
Yeah,
a PR
publishing
person?
deal.
Oh, I'm
publishing.
not really actively seeking out a publishing deal.
Okay.
I love writing. I mean, and this might change, down the road, but the thought of having to write so many songs and like having to turn in so many songs a year or a week or a month or whatever, I think that might kind of taint my view of it a little bit. So I'm not really actively seeking out one right now, but
it is a little overwhelming when you look at it on paper.
It is because I can't just sit down and like write a song. I have to write I can't just like schedule 5 writes a week and be happy. Like I have to sit there and think about it and stew on it and like come with ideas, like some kind of inspiration. I can't just say, okay, what are we doing today? Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people that write like that, I'm so impressed with and just, and really look up to people like that. And I want to be like that. But for me, it's like, if it's not something that's inspiring to me or, if I'm being made to write a song, like someone's like, you have to do this today.
Yeah.
I just like, it just turns me against it.
Yeah, and it seems like, it sounds like you've had some consistent collaborators on the songs. Sounds like you and Chris Utley kind of vibe pretty well.
Utley's my dude,
and
man.
You've got your people that you can get Taylor Austin Die songs with, and you've got other friends that are also artists where you can help them find their voice. Why do the publishing deal? And if you're making money on shows, you're making money off the music, which has to feel pretty good that you're getting some of that
Finally.
now, right? Isn't it fucking cool? And then you've got other sources to where it's like, I know I can get the songs that my fans are gonna like. I know I can get the songs that I want to get.
And I'm not interested
already.
in having outside cuts. Like I don't care if anyone else cuts my songs. I write my songs for me. And when I go into a write, it's well known that we are writing a song, for me.
Yeah.
And because I'm working on an album that I'm putting out this year.
No shit.
Yeah, we're almost done with it.
Breaking news.
But yeah, we're almost done with it. So
How many songs?
there's going to be 12.
No shit.
So, yep.
How wild is that for you to think about you putting? This is your first record, right? First solo album?
Yeah. Well, I put out an album back in like 2014 or something, but that has completely been wiped from the internet.
Yeah.
So this is actually, technically my first real album.
To think about like the challenges of putting out a single a few years ago for you.
Yeah.
And like figuring out DistroKid or TuneCore. And now you have a team with you. Okay, guys, here's the plan.
I literally went to the CD Baby convention
Yeah.
when it came to Nashville because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to go
Yeah.
learn everything I can. And so now that I like actually have distribution and management and got all this stuff going on, it's kind of crazy to think how far it's came from me going to a CD Baby convention.
Yeah, to now
To
you
now.
now you have songs charting.
Yeah.
You have people paying money to see you and sing back your original songs. They're not just singing back Wagon Wheel no more.
Right.
They're not just singing back the covers. Like they're
And it's
they're-
crazy because we have covers in our set.
Oh yeah,
But people are
as
like,
you should.
water me down. And I'm like, hell yeah. Fuck them other songs.
That does have to be a cool feeling. That's
it's
rare to have.
The best. It's the best. I can't even. It's just like this past weekend we played Skyline and there were I just thought that people were just in there just to be hanging out. Nope, they were all there to see me and they were all wanting to hear just original songs. So we ended up actually scrapping a couple covers and putting in
Really?
some more originals. Yeah.
What are your go-to covers? Like what do you like to do?
We do my favorite's Here for the Party. We always end with Here for
Okay,
the Party.
some Gretchen,
Wilson. We do Miranda Lambert, of course.
Okay.
We do Tyler Childers.
Okay.
We do Toby Keith, Big and Rich. One of my favorite covers to do is Rhiannon by Fleetwood Mac.
That's cool. Yeah, that's a whole different vibe, and that shows the different side of you that the fans can see.
And then I
at the
cover
show.
Eminem in every set that I do.
You put Eminem in?
Mm-hmm.
So you rap, you spit?
Lose Yourself, yep.
Really? Yeah. No shit.
Yep. During our ending set, we usually do Lose Yourself. We do Mean, which is my song, into Lose Yourself, into Here for the Party. And that's kind of our closing.
That's a cool
Yeah.
medley to close it out with.
Yeah, it's fun.
That leaves that crowd. I would not want to work security at that venue because
Oh.
it's like as soon as the show ends, the crowd is just like, wait, we're all hyped up. What do we do now? Oh, let's hit somebody. Boom.
Well, I got asked to be security at one of the places that I played because I punched a guy and he told the security that I hit like a man and security comes up to me
Where
and
was this?
Mississippi.
Fuck yeah.
This guy, he grabbed my ass when I was walking by and I turned around and just absolutely started.
Yeah, as you should. As you should hit him.
And then
Fuck that.
I hit him a bunch and then security came and got him and then he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I want to apologize to her. And they're like, no, dude, you're out.
getting the fuck out.
And they came up to me. They're like, hey, do you want a job? And I was like, no.
No, I do not want to move to this place.
Yeah.
I have relocated to Mississippi to work security. Just Roadhouse, Taylor Austin Die style.
But yeah, security, it's always good because my shows do get a little rowdy because
Yeah.
we do a lot of drinking and people are always bringing us shots up to the stage. And, I'm hollering and swallowing here and there. So everybody's having a good time. So by the end of it, if some people can't handle it, it does get a little rowdy.
Yeah, I spent 3 years on the road with Trey. I know all about
So you know how it is.
all about crazy shit at shows. I've seen and I haven't done it all. I've done some, but I've seen it all, you know. So you've got the showcase here in Nashville on Friday.
Yep, the
And then
30th.
And then you going out to, do you have stuff booked out for July? And
Yeah, we're going to be everywhere. Kentucky, Indiana. I'm opening for El King in Indiana. I'm very excited about that.
That is a great, your agents are doing their job. That
Yeah.
is a great fucking pairing right there.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be a good
Perfect.
mesh. Man, we're going to California, Iowa, all over the South. I mean, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina.
How many
we're
shows do you
everywhere.
think you'll end up doing by the end of the year? You'll be over 100 for sure.
I was at 100 last year, and that was me booking myself and then having Brittany help me.
You just love the road, don't you?
I love it. I'm out every weekend. Like I told when I signed with UTA, they're like, well, how much do you want? Because they were kind of trying to get to know me as like an artist. How much do you want to be out? And I was like, every weekend. I was like, I do not want to be home. I drive myself crazy when I'm at home. So I always love just being out, constantly doing something. So I think we're probably going to be over 100 this year, which is the goal.
Fucking great. That's a great gig for your guys that are in your band.
Yeah.
And eventually, I don't know if you have the touring crew yet, or if Ben's helping out with a lot of the tour manager stuff.
He's helping a lot with tour managing. I have my band guys are all from Kentucky. We are all Kentucky band. Love those guys. And then I have Katie Kaup. Shout out Kath. She's doing merch and content for me on the road.
Oh,
So
great.
she's with us all the time as well.
You've got a whole damn crew out.
That's why we're in Lieutenant Van.
Lieutenant Van.
Yeah.
All right, we pull up to the Lieutenant Van's driving, and you pull up to a Love's. What snack are you grabbing?
Oh, I'm probably always going to get a Electrolyte because I'm usually hungover.
Yep, McElwain lives off of those. Electrolyte, please sponsor us so McElwain's not too hungover for these episodes. All right, Electrolyte.
I'm getting an Electrolyte. I'm getting a large Smart Water. And then depending on what we got, I'll either get a Tornado out of the roller.
I get those too. I like the Southwest one.
It's my favorite.
Yep.
Or a Chili Dog if they got them.
Okay, see, I haven't done that. Me and gas station hot dogs haven't had our thing yet.
Oh, I mean, it absolutely wrecks my stomach, but I don't care. I mean,
it's just part of it.
Just part of it. Yeah, I know I'm gonna have to shit in like 2 hours, but it's maybe an hour. It just depends on what kind of chili I got. But and then maybe like a Take 5 for something sweet.
Okay.
I don't know. Usually just try to. I'm diabetic, so I try not to do too many sweets.
Yeah, you have to watch. Yeah, you have to watch.
Because I still drink, so I kind of got to find balance somewhere.
So Trey's bus driver, Danny. Shout out Daddy Dan, Danny White. You'd love him. You would love him. He is your kind of people for sure. He's the man. Just a nice guy, but he's actually a great grandfather. He's in like his 70s or 80s.
Oh, dang.
Had never drove a band before. He was a school bus driver in Arkansas, and got linked up through Trey with the other people that are on the bus, whatever. They sent Danny. Danny like comes with the bus. So Danny is diabetic, been through a few open heart surgeries, like has been through the gauntlet. That man is a trooper. That man could be a whole movie. He lives off of on the road. I used to have to get him stuff when I was TMing for Trey. You have to get him a case of Diet Mountain Dew.
Yep.
And you have to get him a big bag of the little mini candy things like you get for Halloween. So he basically eats Halloween candy and drinks Diet Mountain Dew.
I'm a Mountain Dew.
And that is all that Danny does.
I love Mountain Dew.
Diet Mountain Dew and literally Halloween candy.
That's my dream sponsorship is Mountain Dew and Taco Bell.
And they work very closely together.
I'm just saying. Aside from like obviously a beer and a bourbon, we're working on that.
What we need to do, this is how we get their attention. This is what we do. Because you have merch out and stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like you got merch. You're selling merch on the road. We need to make a Taco Bell logo looking shirt that says Taylor Austin Die. But it's like the Taco Bell logo.
It's
instead of it saying, it's the font with the bells. But instead of the bells, it's like a bottle of bourbon or some shit.
Now, knowing me, I'd probably get a cease and desist letter.
But they wouldn't know. They'd be like, oh shit, this girl is the brand.
I'd be on the radar
this
at least.
This girl is the brand. How can we do a contest with her? How can we mix in Bible Belt to a Taco Bell? I'm
just saying, sponsor me, Mountain Dew, Taco Bell.
I think Mountain Dew and Taco Bell would be phenomenal.
Taco Bell and Arby's are my two favorite road
stops. Arby's girl?
I'm an Arby's girl.
I haven't had Arby's in a while, so if we rolled up to one at a Love's, I'd fuck with it. I'd fuck around, get a little beef and cheddar.
When they're attached to the gas station, that's my shit right there.
That's your favorite one.
Ooh,
okay. Yeah. Subway was one that I remember seeing. And I'm not a huge, I would get it all.
It's too much for me to sit there and go through and get a sandwich while we're like on a bathroom break. I'm just like, give me something I can just go up and give me a number one and then leave. Like, I don't want to be like, give me the lettuce and the chicken and the blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
I will say the chicken in Kentucky is different too.
It's the best.
It really is and I'm sure you get that all the time, like Kentucky Fried Chicken. And it's like, no, KFC is not the best. What you got to get is you got to get.
I'm into Cane's, dude.
Cane's is, you're into Cane's? Cane's is your favorite?
Yeah.
Cane's is really good. I fuck with all the southern chicken places. They're all pretty solid. The one that I really like, the Crispy Crunchy.
That's on a lot of gas stations in Kentucky.
The Kentucky gas station chicken with the honey
really
biscuit.
Good.
Fuck me up.
Have you ever had Lee's famous recipe?
Yes.
Lee's is pretty good. They got good mashed taters.
Lee's is really good. I'm a big fan of Kentucky for that reason. We've played in Corbin a bunch.
Oh, that's where the original KFC is.
Yep. Which we haven't been to that KFC. Funny enough, which I did not know. It's Samantha Butchery. You're on my shit list now. Not tell us. I always ask Samantha. She owns a venue called the Ice House in Corbin, and I remember asking because I used to ask venue. And I was like, okay, what's cool to do around here? What's fun to do? You never mentioned the original KFC. The original Colonel is in Corbin, Kentucky. God, we would have. We would have loved that. Trey would have gone there and played Dick Down in Dallas outside the KFC, the original Colonel. I mean, come on. I would have gotten a whole bucket from there. But anyway, there's a gas station not far, like on the way when you're swerving through the mountain roads, getting to Corbin, getting to the Ice House. And there's this one gas station. I think it's a Valero is the fuel that's on it. But inside they've got like 30 different options of the hot food thing, like right up by the counter. And just chicken and catfish and breakfast biscuits and burgers and pork sandwiches and this and that. So good.
I love gas station food. I'm not gonna lie.
I do too. My girlfriend's been getting on me because she's like, you need to stop eating that gas station food because I'm not on the road with Trey anymore, but we're going to like 10 festivals this year with Raised Rowdy. So it's like I'm still on the road on the
So you're
weekends.
pretty much still on the road.
I'm on the road, but instead of being in a bus or in a van and babysitting Matt McElwain and the boys, I am riding. I'm going up there. I'm tent camping. I'm getting content, interviewing artists, and I'm selling merch for like 4 or 5 days at a time. Like we're going up to Ohio next week for country concert.
And it's not like you're out going to have a salad, while you're doing all that. It's hard.
No.
It's hard to be on the road and eat right.
Yeah, and you can meal prep and stuff. And like we have a deal with Raised Rowdy with Vibrant Meals, like formerly Eat Well Nashville. So Nikki and I get like 12 free meals a week. They expire by Thursday, but they're still solid. Like I'm definitely gonna eat one at the house when I go home. But it's like bringing those out, or like there's something special about rolling up late night. You're a little fucked up. Roll up to a Taco Bell.
Nothing better.
Roll up to a McDonald's, get the McGangbang, put the McChicken inside the bacon McDouble, and it's just so good, So yeah, I still do a lot. I'm a big peanut M&Ms guy.
Oh yeah, that's solid. The
But
yellow pack, right?
I'm talking like the big one,
What's that?
the big yellow pack, like the
The king size.
the
bigger one.
I'm talking the one that the mom and dad are keeping in the cupboard to give out to the kids, maybe like a couple a day.
So
and
the one that's
lasts-
like $15 with a Ziploc thing on the top. Okay.
Yeah, and I will sit there like how people will like you were talking about backer earlier, and I'll dip sometimes too. I've gotten more into Zin here lately. Zin's been solid, but like how people will like they'll add to like the Red Man or their Beach Nut or whatever and toss it in. I'll be like that, but with peanut M&Ms. It's like fucking popcorn at a damn movie theater.
It's good.
They're so fucking good. And then you wonder why your stomach's upset when you're trying to sleep in a tent after driving 10 hours. You're like, couldn't be all that
shit I
couldn't
ate.
be all that all them peanuts and chicken, all that cold brew coffee I drank and put in my body. So you've been in town now coming up on 5 years. What's something that you now, knowing what you know now, that you tell yourself 2018, baby, Taylor Austin die?
Well, I think when I was writing songs back then and putting songs out, I was kind of not being the most authentic version of myself back then. And I think that now I'll just be like, do not give a shit what anybody thinks. I mean, I know that's, obviously advice that everyone gets, but like I really should have taken that advice. Now I'm writing songs that's true to me and true to who I am and my fans. It's something they can resonate with, And I think I'd just say be more authentic and get out more because, like I said, I was home for that first year. I wasn't really making any friends or anything. And this is what that town, we already touched on this, but this is what this town's all about. It's just the camaraderie and just all the friendships and stuff. Just thinking back how we met, I guess through Raised Rowdy and Key West and everything.
Raised Rowdy and Key West. And then it was also, I think, just being at Live Oak or being at the local or being at Losers. Like we've crossed paths a few times.
So yeah, getting out was something I didn't realize how important was. Just being out and making friends, and everyone thinks, oh, you're just down there getting drunk, but it's not about that. It's sure it is about that a little bit, but
somebody asks you, like you meet some random person at the airport, they see you with the guitar and they ask, oh, do you do music? Oh, this, that. What does your music sound like? Somebody asks you, what does a Taylor Austin Die song sound like? Or what do people have to expect by going and checking out your music?
Well, when we went in the studio for this last album, like Rest in Peace, Bible Belt, Damage Control, we've got some like rockin' type stuff.
Energy.
It's a lot of heavy guitars, heavy drums. So I always like to tell people it's like Gretchen Wilson meets like a country Nickelback meets Coe Wetzel. Kind of like all in there. Like if Patti Lovelace had a slutty little sister.
If Patti Lovelace had a slutty little sister.
That's what my songs are.
I like that a lot. That's awesome. That's Raised Rowdy as fuck.
Well,
that fits our vibe. Premium. Yes, she gets it. She gets it. McElwain's over there like, please shut up with that goddamn word. I mean, come on. Because he hears us say it so many times. 3 artists not named Taylor Austin that you think people should be paying more attention to?
Ooh, I'm huge into Corey Kent, which you already know
Oh,
that.
I fucking love Corey. Yeah.
Love Corey. Is this supposed to be like under the radar artist or?
Or people that you're either really liking, or people that are under the radar, or whatever. People
I'm really into Corey Kent. I'm the biggest Co-Wetzel fan ever.
Yeah.
Trying to think of another one that's like more under the radar that I've been
Yeah,
listening
that's like
to.
somebody like coming up that you're kind of
Yeah.
seeing within the scene. You're like, fuck, that guy or girl's pretty good. Because Co and Corey are awesome. They're badass. I've seen them both here. I've seen Corey twice in the past year, and I've seen Co, counting the trade shows, probably 4 times in the last year.
I'll say either Abby Anderson or Graham Barham.
Oh, dude, Graham.
2 of my favorites from the 615 house.
Yeah, Abby. Yeah, we didn't even talk about that. We've been on here for a damn hour. I didn't even bring up the damn 615 house. But you were in here and did a podcast all about that already. Shout out to Chris and the 615 folks. Abby Anderson's been around for a minute, but I feel like she's having a resurgence right now.
She's doing great.
The career and doing some awesome things. Graham's gonna be a goddamn superstar.
Graham's my dude,
Graham
man.
Barham. If I was like a betting man on a dude under the age of 25, like Graham would be one of the guys that I'd throw some money on.
He kills.
And he's such a good fucking dude.
Good songwriter too.
Yeah, him and Bo Bailey together.
Bo.
I mean,
Bo
fuck.
kills it.
Bo Bailey's gonna have some hits. This class of kids that are coming up right now are so fucking good. It's not even funny.
It's really not. Like, we rode to Georgia. Me and Graham did about 2 months ago, and he put me in demo jail.
Oh,
but I
fuck.
loved it. I was like, play me everything.
That is a very luxurious demo jail to be in. That's like a 5-star demo jail.
Yeah, we were all like, oh, here's what we got coming up next. And a lot of his stuff is absolutely killing it right now. So
That's awesome. Most underrated spot in Nashville. Now that you go out more.
we spend most of our time, honestly, at the local.
I like the local a lot. Shout out to Geoff.
Geoff.
Our boy Geoff.
We love the local. We're there. If we're going out, we're going to the local. Like, that's pretty much it. I mean, we'll probably go there over Midtown usually.
Yeah.
So we just love them. Like, they always have killer music.
And the chicken tendies. Local chicken tendies,
the fried
wings,
pickles for me.
Fried pickles. I fuck with the local. I like
they
it a
have
lot.
great food. The Jeff Burger.
The Jeff Burger. And they're opening up a second location out in Hendersonville.
In Hendersonville, yeah.
Yep. Which I'm interested to see how that does out there.
Yeah. I'm excited. We're going to go out there, support it when it opens
Yeah.
up. So.
Do you play disc golf at all?
Never have.
You ever thrown frisbee golf? I feel like you'd like it. It'd be your vibe. It's very laid back. We're doing I say this because this, I guess, will be one of the official announcements of it. We've talked about it a little bit. We want to do a frisbee golf tournament. We want to do it in like March of next year.
Okay.
To release the content the week of the Masters. We're going to call it The Bastards.
In the same font.
The Bastards.
Maybe get a green coat. Wait, is that the Masters?
Camo coat.
Oh, nice.
And instead of a tradition like no other, a tradition like every other. The Bastards from Hendersonville, Tennessee.
Okay, well, I'm going to be there.
Raise Rowdy present. Yeah, this is me asking you and Ben to play in the Bastards.
100%. I've never done it, but I will. Maybe I won't even practice.
Throw some frisbees, get a little drunk. We'll have some cigars out there. We're going to film a bunch of content, and it's going to be me and like Ryan Nelson or our buddy Eric Young, who wrestles in the WWE, like 2 gravelly voice motherfuckers. Like, I'm going to do like Ryan Nelson, be like, I'm on the 17th hole. Taylor Austin Dawes going to throw that frisbee. First, taking a little puff of that cigar, and then she's gonna throw it. And then, like, we have like content guys out there, like filming it, and we do a whole production.
I'm 100% in, and I'm signing Ben up too.
Yes,
so.
yes, Ben has to come.
I'm speaking for you.
Yes, the Bastards, a tradition like every other. Raise Rowdy presents The Bastards, a tradition like every other. It's gonna be awesome. We got a lot of funny shit coming up with Raise Rowdy. We'll talk about more of it off the mic. But where can people go to find you? Obviously, Bible Belt is out. And then how can people go? Do we have like a list of some stations that are playing? Rest in peace.
I'm not sure. I can work on that.
Okay, yeah.
I'll post about it.
Because what we'll do is like if it's like playing, say it's playing with our friends in Corbin, Kentucky, or like different radio people. I want to tell people, if like call up your country stations and be like, yo, play my girl Taylor Austin Die. She's got this song called Rest in Peace. please go and play that shit. Like maybe like call
That
up.
helps. It does help.
Oh, it does, absolutely. Because then even if they're not playing it already, they'll go on Mediabase or they'll go wherever the song
And
is,
check
like
it
distribute
out.
that, and they'll be like, oh shit, who's this girl? Everybody's calling.
Yeah.
My mama and them are calling, you know? Like, so what is it? Taylor Austin Die music on everything, right?
No, it's just Taylor Austin Die. No music.
No music.
No, just Taylor Austin Die. It's on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and my website's taylораustindie.com. I try to keep it easy.
You don't get on Twitter at all?
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, Twitter. I tweet occasionally. I don't do it a lot.
See, I feel
but
like you would be saying some shit on Twitter.
that's why I don't get on there.
That's why I want you on there. Is you want the people that say some shit to be on the Twitter.
I've
the
already
Twitter
tried
machine.
to have been canceled about 10 times, so I guess it really wouldn't hurt if I just
Well,
got on there.
I feel. I mean,
You can't cancel you if you don't give a shit. So
there's a guy from not too far where you're from, over the Tennessee line, that could probably work at a Mapco who got canceled, and now he's running the world. So I'm just saying. I think it's all right. And shout out to old Walleye. But anyway, be sure to check out our girl Taylor Austin Die. Girl, I appreciate you coming on. We've been trying to do
thanks for having me, brother.
a me and you pod for a while. Like I said, this is your third time in this room. McElwain's like, man, I already know her story. I better make it interesting for her. But I think we made it interesting. We talked about some other shit we didn't talk about in the other one. Matt, do you approve? Is this podcast McElwain approved?
Yeah, this is much different.
Yeah, this was most different. You love that. So TaylorAustinDie.com. Look up our girl Taylor Austin Die. She's got a new song out called Bible Belt. Got a bunch of shows coming up. Visit her website, TaylorAustinDie.com, and get those tickets. And if you're watching this or listening to this and you go out to a show, I'm sure you do the meet and greet stuff after.
Oh, every time.
Yeah, every time.
Every time.
For the people. Take a selfie or get a picture with Taylor. Tag Outside the Round or Raise Rowdy. We will share it on our story to make sure you motherfuckers are out there listening and going to support our girl here, Miss Taylor Austin Die. Appreciate you guys watching and listening as always. Be sure to check out our friends from Big Friendly Productions, Saxman Studios, our boys with Whale Tail Media, and our boy Mitch Wallis with The Digital Marketing Agency. If you like what you saw, like, rate, subscribe, tell your mama and them, share this shit. And for our boy Matt Macklin behind the camera, our girl Taylor Austin Die, my name is Matt Brill, and this has been Outside the Round. Sick.
I ain't never been the kind for staying one place for too long. I ain't never been the best at saying I love you to a girl I love. Only got a couple tricks up my sleeve. They usually just make them leave. So if you know me, if you really know me, you know I'm just a two-trick pony. But maybe the drinking and the lack of money for sure.